So we're going to Unit 3 of Sociology, Social Stratification. But before going to social stratification, we are in a society, and the society that we are in, different people have different statuses, they have different ideas, different power. There's hierarchy within the society. So based on this fact, there is inequality. So that inequality, which is like social differences, brings about social stratification. So for social stratification, it means there are differences within the society.
So they mean the same thing, inequality and stratification.
Yeah, social stratification brings about inequality.
Yeah.
Did you get it? So that means when we talk about social inequality, it means different individuals have different privileges. They have different status. They have different power within the society.
Yeah.
So you don't have we don't have equal opportunity.
Yeah.
That is what social inequality is. So part of it is social stratification. So here I wrote, social stratification occurs when groups have different statuses and different levels of privilege. This happens in all societies, both the past and the present. It's not just maybe in the past or not now. It's been like that for ages. So it means that whatever we talk about the society, it is socially constructed. Yeah, it is socially constructed because individuals, the society determines who do what.
Okay, yeah.
Do you understand? So as a result of that, we create that status, we create that privilege for you because we want you to do it. So that's why we have social differences. Get the point here. Decisions about who do what is created by the society. And this brings about social stratification, which is social differences. So we have social differences in the society because individuals have statuses and power that are separated. Okay. So we have different roles we play in the society. We have different status in the society. So these are social differences. So we have to put in mind that social statuses or social differences does not make you superior than another, but it is a foundation that gives you that hierarchy to be superior and to be powerful.
Okay.
Get it? Social differences is not that you are superior than me or I'm superior than you, but it is a foundation that pave way for that hierarchy that will bring about we saying, oh, he has more power, he has more status, he has more authority than me, he is superior than me. It is not that it is not superiority that is social differences, but social differences bring about the foundation where hierarchy will be discussed. So, I said there's social construction. So the society determines who do what. So if the society determines who do what, so that means there's social differences in the society. And as a result of that, what you do determines your role and might give you that status. What I do determines my role and gives me that status. So you might be superior than me because of the role you perform in the society. Is it clear?
Yes.
So for social stratification, it's found in all society based on rules, norms, and values. But in the industrial modern society that we have right now, the technological world, social stratification is dynamic. Why is it dynamic? Because every individual wants to improve his status. I don't want to be, this was not how I was some 6 years ago. So I don't want to be like this in the next 5 years. So every year that passes by, I want to improve on my status. So that means there's always dynamism in social stratification. But in the traditional society, it is static. It is stable. You can't change your status. But in the modern society, we can, because we want to improve in each of what we do, in each roles. We want to get to the better, we want to take a step ahead every time.
Yes.
So that means we need improvement. So that makes social stratification dynamic in the industrial modern society. Is it clear?
Yes.
So with social stratification, there's need to talk about minority groups. We said you have status, you have roles. So that means there might not be place for some group of people within the society. And these are what we call the minority groups. They don't have power. They lack power based on maybe factors like religion, factors like disability or age. So they are minority groups. So they lack the power. So that is social stratification already. Do you get it? So in the past, social stratification was based on, so in the past, social stratification is based on slavery, caste, and estates. So those are the three ways in which social stratification was based in the past. So I'm going to explain each one now. So for slavery means you as a group, another group is a property of yours. You treat other group as a property. So you can choose to sell, you can choose to do whatever you like to do with that person or that group of people because they are your property. So they are your slaves. So those societies have citizens and they have slaves. Is it clear? Yes. Then we have the caste. For the caste, the caste is rampant in India. So they use that stratification in India. So we have the higher caste and the lower caste. So for caste, the stratification is based on you get the stratification at birth. So you belong to the higher caste as soon as you're born to that group, or you belong to the lower caste as soon as you are born into that group.
Yes.
So you get the stratification here. So there's social differences because you are born into this group, into this caste, and you're born into that caste.
So it's like traditional. You stay there.
Yes, you can't. So, and you can't even marry outside that caste.
Okay.
So that makes it different from estates. For estates, there's intermarriage and there's social mobility.
That's dynamic. You say.
For estate, it's dynamic. There's social mobility and there's intermarriage. But here, lower caste are considered as normal people. The higher caste are those that control the society. They control the world in India.
Okay.
So the higher caste will not be allowed to marry the lower caste, and lower caste cannot even get to the higher caste. And that is about that. Then we have estate. For estate, it's more similar to caste, but the difference is that there is social mobility. That means you can move from one social like that to another. Do you get it? And there's intermarriage. That means you can marry from each of the group. So the groups consist of the priest, the nobility we call them the aristocrats, and the commoners. So those are the group for the estates. We have the priest, the nobility, who are the aristocrats, and the commoners.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
So that's all about social stratification. Then the next thing we need to talk about is ascribed and achieved status. We'll go to ascribed and achieved status. So for ascribed status, they are given to people by their group or society, and people have little control over them. It is ascribed basically because you get it at birth. So in the traditional society, it is difficult for you to just change them. So they determine your life chances, especially in the traditional society. So it is difficult for you to change. So because it is largely determined through birth.
Yeah.
That is ascribed status.
Yes.
They'll go to achieved statuses. When you talk about achieved statuses, there are those that people acquire through choice and competition. So you acquire this through it's a choice or through competition. And sometimes those ascribed statuses that you want to improve on becomes achieved status. You can change some of your ascribed statuses.
Yes.
Some of your ascribed statuses to achieved status.
Yes.
Do you understand? You might be born to be a king, but you feel like you don't want to be a king, you want to be the president of a country. So it is no more ascribed, it becomes achieved. So you have to fight for that through competition. So that's the difference between ascribed status and achieved status. I think it's clear. So the next thing we need to talk about is life chances and life expectancy. So we go to life chances. When we talk about life chances, these are opportunities people have to improve their lives.
Yeah.
The opportunities people have to improve their lives. These are what we call life chances. So we go to different opportunities or different life chances, which include this. When we talk about life chances, what I'm trying to say is that what are the opportunities people have when it comes to life chances? One, it could be employment, it could be good health, it could be housing, it could be social mobility or life expectancy. So all these things are part of life chances.
Housing.
Yeah, housing. House.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, shelter. It's part of life chances.
Okay.
So we'll talk about them one at a time anyway.
Yeah.
But what are those factors that affect the life? We said life chances is the opportunities you have to better your lives, right? So there are some factors that will hinder your life chances,
That will work.
that will hinder, that will stop,
Mhm.
that will become a barrier that makes you not to be able to explore your life chances.
Okay.
So what are those factors? One, human and civil rights. So when we talk about human and civil rights, here we're talking about, when we talk about human rights, we're talking about rights that are inherent to all human beings, irrespective of who you are, irrespective of your age, your gender, your religion. So these rights, in as much as you are human, it is inherent to you. You have it. You must have it. So there are laws that stops you to have these human rights. As a result, because you are unable to get these human rights, you don't have the opportunities of life.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
And that is for human rights. Then we have the civil rights. For civil rights, these are rights that protect the freedom of individuals. So you have the freedom for movement, freedom of speech, freedom to education. So those rights that protect those freedoms you have are called civil rights.
Okay.
So both human and civil rights are important if you are to attain opportunities in life. So there are laws that stop you from attaining these opportunities in life. And it could be through human and civil rights. Some countries, some people are not able to get or achieve certain things because the laws do not protect them against humanity. The laws do not protect them. They are unable to exercise their freedom, their human rights. So that disturbs them from having those life chances. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So that's one of the factors that hinder our life chances. The second one, fatalism. So for fatalism, what is fatalism? Fatalism is an individual belief that whatever happens to you, you cannot control it.
Whatever happens to you.
You cannot control it. Okay. So you believe that you are unable to reach that goal because there's nothing you could do about it. It's a goal that you are supposed to achieve. It's your life chance. But you are unable to get there and you feel like it's just going to be like that. I can't. There's nothing I could do. You believe that you cannot change the situation. You cannot control it. You understand? Yeah. So for the Marxists, according to the Marxists, they argue that the working class people, the working class, they suffer from what we call working class fatalism. Yeah. Because they are socialized to believe that their low position in the society is their own fault. That they are to be blamed for the low position they have in the society. That the capitalist society are fair to them. That whatever the capitalist society earn, whatever they have in terms of wealth, in terms of status, they deserve it.
Yes.
Do you get it?
Yes.
So that is about fatalism. Is it clear?
Yeah.
That affects So continuing with factors that affect life expectancy. The second one I was talking about was fatalism. And there's what we call the working class fatalism, which according to Marxists, they believe that the working class are socialized in a way that they felt that whatever happens to them within the society, whatever status they achieve within the society, it's their own making. Okay. Do you understand? So according to the Marxists, they believe that the working class have been socialized, that they have been initiated to understand that they are the reasons, they are wherever they are in the society is as a result of their own undoing. Okay. So it's their own fault, not the capitalist. So they believe that the capitalists deserve whatever they have in terms of wealth, in terms of status or position. I think it's clear. Yes. So the other factor that affects life chances is gratification. And when we talk about gratification, we're talking about a pleasurable emotional reaction of happiness in response to your fulfillment. The happiness is your satisfaction in response to what you want to achieve. The satisfaction you get in response to what you are achieving. That's what gratification is. So we have delayed gratification and immediate gratification. So both of them affect the life chances. Yeah. So why do we call it immediate gratification? We call it immediate gratification because you have chosen an instant satisfaction rather than waiting for the future to earn a better satisfaction. Okay. So just like, for example, you might make money right now, and instead of you to invest it on education, you feel, no, I want to use it to buy this and buy that right now. So that is immediate gratification.
Okay.
So that might affect your future life chances. Do you get it? So that is immediate gratification. Then we have delayed or deferred gratification. Here, you resist the temptation of immediate gratification, believing that there is hope in the future that you're going to have a better, a more valuable gratification.
Yeah.
Do you understand the difference between delayed and immediate?
Yes.
Delayed is also called deferred gratification. You resist the temptation to get immediate pleasure in the hope of having a valuable reward in the future.
Yes.
That is the difference between gratification or immediate and delayed gratification. So that's all about factors that affect life chances. So the next thing we need to talk about is life expectancy, which is also another factor that could also affect our life chances.
Yes.
So stop this and go to life expectancy. So the final example we're going to talk about for life chances is life expectancy. And when we talk about life expectancy, we're talking about the average number of years an individual is expected to live. That is what life expectancy is. So life expectancy varies from gender to social class and ethnic group. So we have three ways in which we can talk about life expectancy. So we're going to start with gender. For gender is either the man or the woman. So here we're going to refer to the women. They said women tend to live longer on average than men. Why is this reference? Why do they think women live longer than men? Maybe for 5 years, you're longer than men. One, men are more likely to be in high risk situations. So they have high risk of accidental death.
Yeah.
So example like car accident. Men are always, in hurry.
Yeah.
So men in many societies consume more alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs than women.
Yeah.
So, and that could give them different diseases, which can shorten their life.
Yeah.
The third one, men's work exposes them to risk. So there's always risk to the work they do.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So that is according to gender. They'll go to, and with these things, it affects their life expectancy.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So we go to social class. How does social class affect our life expectancy? So basically, here we're going to talk about the working class, because the working class are considered as the lowest within the society.
Yeah.
The middle class are fine. The upper class are there. They are rich. They are wealthy. So for the working class, working class people tends to live lesser than middle class and upper class. So here I wrote, working class people have lower life expectancy than middle class people in the society. So what are the reasons why the working class people live lesser years? Why do they have lower life expectancy than the middle class? Number one, their occupations are more dangerous. So there is work-related risk.
Yeah.
What they do, they work in the factory, they are exposed to different things. So their work is high risk. So that might shorten their life. So they may live in unhealthy environments. They don't have money. So they might live in an environment that is full of pollution.
Yes.
The third one, so they might be exposed to unhealthy things within the society.
Yeah.
And the last one, they may not be able to afford better health care because they are working class people. So they live to eat.
Yeah.
So they might not have the opportunity to afford healthcare facilities, better one.
Yes.
So those are the reasons why life expectancy of the working class is lower than those in the middle class and the upper class. I think we understand for gender why women live longer than men.
Yes.
So we've talked about social class, and the last one is ethnicity. So when we talk about ethnicity, we're talking about the minority ethnic group, the minority. So for life expectancy and life chances here, we're talking about those groups that are affected. For gender, men are affected. For social class, the working class are affected. And for ethnicity, we're talking about the minority group are affected. So for minority group, I wrote, minority ethnic groups tend to be low down the economic scale, which affect their life chances. They are, minority group, they lack power. They lack status. They don't have say in the society. So that reduces their life chances. And if they don't have the opportunity for life chances, if they don't have it, how can they have access to better life chances.
Mm.
Do you understand? Because they lack the power within the society. They are always at the bottom or behind.
Mhm.
So that means they lack accessibility to better life chances.
Yes.
So that will shorten their life expectancy also. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So that's all about social stratification.
Yes.
Clear?
Yeah.
So the next lesson we're going to talk about, what's it going to be?
What are the main
The
features?
main features of social inequality and how they are created.
Yeah.